In today's video, we are going to react to a clip from Mind the Game, Steve Nash, LeBron James. They're going to talk about why LeBron passes instead of taking the last shot. I'm really interested actually to hear what LeBron has to say on this. And it's not, I mean, I know what he's going to say because I know what he's done in those moments, passing instead of taking the last shot. But I want to hear whether or not he gives a legitimate, genuine answer, or if he's just going to make up some bullshit excuse to deflect responsibility and accountability for late game decisions. So let's listen to it together, and once it's finished, we'll break it all down.
How did you handle, I remember earlier in your career, you used to take criticism for not taking the last shot when you made the right play. Like, how did you handle that? Because that always bothered me. I was like, I mean, he could force something right now. He's drawn 2.5 defenders, or he can make the right play. Like, how did you navigate all the noise versus being true to who you are, which is a basketball player that plays with intelligence, feel, makes the right read?
I just stayed true to what got me to that point.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I was taught the game the right way as a kid, because when we won. We won. It worked. It really worked. Like, I realized that, like, when I got into the NBA, I won 3 state championships in high school. And when I thought it was something that, like, all NBA players did. I thought, like, if you were one of the best players in the world, or you're one of the best players on your high school team, like, you should be able to win a state championship.
Right.
And I got in the NBA, and there was a lot of guys that never won a state championship, that never won an AAU Nationals finals, that never won. And I was like, oh my goodness. I absolutely was taught the game the right way. And we all succeeded and have fun doing it. Like, it brought so much enjoyment to be able to play the game the right way. If it was, I never averaged more than 30 points in high school. I think my highest average was like 27, 28, I believe.
Sure.
I know for sure.
Because it wasn't about that.
Yeah, it wasn't about that. I could have averaged 50 points a game if I wanted to, probably my junior and senior year. But it was never about that. It was about, how can I maximize my teammates? How can I get the most out of my teammates in order for all of us to be successful? And we came here to win state championships, or we came here to win AAU tournaments and AAU national championships. Like,
All right, that's enough, man. All right, first thing we need to address: playing the game the right way. Does LeBron play the game the right way? Sure, I think he does. I think he plays the game the right way. I mean, we're talking about peak LeBron here. We're not talking about whatever the hell, you know, the twilight years of LeBron. I don't think he plays defense consistently. You know, he did for a couple months this year, which was very good. But, I mean, basically after the Cavs, he hasn't really played defense. And even at the end of the Cavs run, you know, 17, 18, he was really picky about when he played defense and conserving energy. So I'm going to just evaluate the Cavs, some of those Cavs runs, the Miami Heat runs. You know, he played the game right. That is facts. He played the game right. Now, why does he feel compelled to address this now? Like, why is Steve Nash pandering and, you know, trying to stroke his ego about him playing the game the right way? Part of the reason why LeBron doesn't take the last shot, and this is without even listening to what LeBron had to say, but the real reason why LeBron doesn't take the last shot is it depends on the situation. LeBron takes the last shot when he clearly knows he won't make it. He won't take that last shot. If he feels like, you know, there's some security where he's, you know, obviously going to avoid the, you know, if he misses the scrutiny, all those kind of things, he'll take the last shot. So, for example, watching his whole career as a Cavs fan, LeBron always took the last shot if the Cavs game, you know, just speaking of the Cavs games, if the game was tied. If the game was tied and it was the last shot of the game, he took the shot every single time. Like, you can even back check that. I will never, ever forget that. I noticed it every time the game was tied LeBron would take the last shot. It didn't matter who was on the floor, who his teammates were in the game, or who the defense was. He was taking it. And he made some of those because there's overtime, right? And then the Cavs, and he had the last shot. He's less prone to take the game-winning shot when they were down by 1 or 2 or 3, right? And if there was more at stake, But there were times in his career where he actually was willing to take the shot. This is why I don't really believe in his motivations. Like I find it very disingenuous for him to say, and you hear him stuttering, you hear him struggling to let the words come out because, number one, he doesn't believe what he's saying. He's just saying it, right? He's trying to pander to his audience. He's trying to convince doubters that he, is better than what he is in those moments and those kind of things. But you can't lie. We can clearly go back to the tape and see all the times where you took the last shot. You have taken the last shot many times, and you've missed many times, and you've made some times. That's part of playing the game. Avoiding the accountability of missing shots and not always hitting them. Like, it's just extreme insecurity for him to feel compelled to have to address this. To have Steve Nash, hired to ask him this question publicly, and then him have this opportunity and this platform to just speak on it. It just is screaming insecurity about what he feels will be his legacy and him having to defend himself. It's really sad to see what LeBron is doing to his career. Stand alone. LeBron has had one of the best careers in sports. It doesn't even matter the sport. Football, baseball, basketball, bowling, golf. It's a great career. It's got 4 championships. It's got MVPs. It's got all NBA defense. It's got like all these great things. Team accomplishments, individual accomplishments. This stuff that he does with the podcast, it's just sickening to see him trying to play people. And you know what? Some people are going to believe this, right? They're going to run with this and they're going to use it to just argue with people. I don't really care what side of any argument you're on. But when I see LeBron doing this, it is so shameful. Like, we're not stupid. We watched your whole career. You want to talk about making the right plays, and you want to talk about always passing the ball, but you didn't always pass the ball. And you did take last shots, even when you were double teamed. They're just lying. Unbelievable, just the blatant, in-your-face, bold-faced lies. Just to spin their narratives. This narrative machine and these games and these lies that they set up, they're like deep fakes. Just go back and watch the games. And like all of this, it cannot be denied. And but they're going to mind the game. What this should be called is Mind the Lying Podcast. This is terrible. He continues to do this with this little platform that he's put together. It's going to look so bad when we look back on this. It's going to age like milk.